and gentlemen. Shaka Brown for Shaka Brown Meditates. I was going to say it as I said. Well, talking to a person, and I told them about, this is a Christian, okay? Person who believes in God. I told them about my meditation stuff, and it's like they didn't really know about it, or they weren't actually even doing it. And so they watched the video. I got a 3-minute video that talks about how to meditate. Very simple. And then I told her to read the scripture 20 times slowly, right? This person said to me, oh, I gotta think about that. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know how. It's like, they're like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do that, if I really want to read the scripture 20 times. And this has come from their own mouth. They said this, I don't want to be indoctrinated. What? It's like brainwashed. I'm like, what? They don't want to be indoctrinated. They don't want to be brainwashed. I'm like, hold on a second. I thought God was your father. And we're supposed to do his word, what he tells us to do, right? So if you're focused on his word, saying it 20 times, like I said, man, I've said that word. I said his word like way more than 20 times. I don't know how many times I said his word. And I'm like, God is your father. He gives us his word. And you're saying you don't want to be indoctrinated, you don't want to be brainwashed. It sounds like you're going to go crazy. I said to her, look at me. Do I look like I'm crazy? When I walked away from that conversation, I was just kind of thinking towards God, right? And then I'm just thinking to myself, like, it sounds to me like she has trust issues. And I didn't say this to her, but she may not know it, but she is already indoctrinated, already brainwashed with the world. Because everybody follows a thought. We all follow a thought. A thought is what leads us. A thought is what guides us. Think of the proverbial donkey with the carrot in front of him, right? He's following that carrot. Wherever the carrot goes, that's where he goes. Well, we are the same way. The way that we live and function here on earth is because of a thought that we are following. If we commit sin, it's because we're following the thought of sin. That thought which is sin, we are following it. We are actually staring at it, thinking about it, taking it in. In essence, we're actually being indoctrinated by that because we're following that. Whereas if we would take our attention and focus on the word, see the word, say the word, have the word come into us. Okay, in a sense, we're being indoctrinated by that too. But you can choose to be obedient to it or not be obedient to it. But obedience actually comes from you focusing on it. The more you focus on it, the more you will do it. That's it. You know, that's why God calls us to meditate on his word. Because in Joshua 1 verse 8, it says, this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate in it to observe. If you don't meditate in it, you will not observe to do according to all that is written in it. in order to do according to all that is written in it, and basically in order to obey it, you have to meditate in it. The meditation, it unlocks that obedience, or there's another term that actually God showed me here. It's like a tuning fork. It tunes you up to, okay, you know what a tuning fork does, right? You hit it, it makes a certain sound, you have a piano, guitar, or whatever, and you're adjusting that piano or that guitar to be on the same, to vibrate the same, to sound the same as a tuning fork. So God is like the tuning fork. His word is like the tuning fork. So he sounds his word turns a certain way. And so when we're meditating on it, we're actually being adjusted to the same frequency. That's the best way I can explain it to you. Frequency. Some people want to look at me, oh, weird, oh, this guy's going off as rocker. Maybe he is indoctrinated. But that's the best way I can explain it to you. When you're meditating on a word, there's stuff inside of you that gets adjusted and comes in tune with the word. Whenever you're in tune with the word, that's when you're living the word. That's when you're obeying it, because it's like you're echoing it, so to speak. All right, so and I've never heard another quote unquote believer in God say that. I'm like, whoa. I've never heard anybody say that. Because I know I'm going a little over the time, because while you're reading the scripture 20 times to yourself, you're thinking about it. And your heart is like going towards God, trying to understand what the scripture is trying to say, what God is trying to say through the scripture. You're really trying to get it in you to understand it. And that's all I gotta say, man. Yo, stay up.